Prepare yourselves, ladies and gentlemen. Smoke your last cigarette because we're about to walk into the courtroom once again. Now, I wasn't planning on going to the courtroom today. Believe it or not, I had some other clips for y'all, but a situation occurred last night that I think I need to speak about. And also show you a clip to go with it. Someone being sentenced for something that we have all came across, but probably didn't get to the extent of this situation that I'm going to be bringing to you today in this courtroom. But what happened to me last night, I was driving to get a new comforter. New comforter for the bed, you know, peaceful. I think I was listening to Pooh Shiesty, Back in Blood at the time. It was on the radio. I got satellite radio. They play that all the time. And as a lot of you already know, that song can get you pretty amped, right? So I'm listening to this shit. I'm chilling, about to go get me a comforter. And all of a sudden, a car pulls up beside me, starts talking shit. I guess I might have cut him off. I don't know. I got a big-ass Suburban, man. I don't check my blind spots. They check me. Big body coming through, baby. But anyways, this dude pulled up beside me with his girl. His girl's in the passenger seat, right? And I swear it's a girl that always causes a shit. She was the first one to flip me the bird. Flipped old Death, that dirty bird. You know, and the old man, he's talking a little bit, but she's really going off, right? So I don't even know what the situation's about. They're just talking shit. I'm just guessing that I probably cut them off or something like that. But, you know, these guys keep following me. I'm kind of ignoring them at first. You know, I look at them and I give them a crazy look like, shut the hell up, man. You know, but they keep getting right beside me talking shit. And the woman in the passenger seat with this guy, I can honestly say is being the antagonist. So finally, the rage within me started boiling, and I do have an anger problem. I tried to keep it at bay as best as possible, but when that shit triggers, there ain't no stopping it. So finally, I rolled down my window, and I said my 2 cents. I said, you get near my car again, I'm going to get out this vehicle and make you regret it. But there's a lot of people out there with anger issues, including myself. Situations like this, man, you just gotta let it roll off your shoulder, right? Sticks and stones will break your bones, but words will never hurt me. That's what you gotta say to yourself. Even if you got people following you because of some road rage, talking all that shit, flipping the bird, you gotta control yourself, man. You have got to control yourself. Unless that person gets out the vehicle and approaches you, then that's a whole different story. And you know, I had a interview on this channel. Brittany interviewed a female from California. Y'all should really go watch this interview she did. She did really good, actually. But in this interview, the girl was telling a story about road rage. Road rage, and her husband was actually murdered, I believe, because of this road rage situation in California. And he was just released from prison, too, if I remember correctly. And it all could have been avoided, you know? Go watch that interview. It's pretty damn wild. So without further ado, let's get into this clip of an individual by the name of Darla Jackson. Prosecutor said Jackson, who was driving a Nissan Altima, cut off the Navy officer while traveling northbound on Interstate 5 near San Diego, and the encounter escalated when he made hand gestures at her and kicked the side of her car. Her attorney said that the kick was hard enough to leave a dent and a shoe print. She chased him down, following him from I-5 onto Route 54. She couldn't believe that he had done that and decided to follow him to get his license plate. But her decision to follow him ended badly. Another motorist captured a few seconds of her high-speed chase on video. What happens is he slows down. The driver doesn't react fast enough, so the nose of the car, the Altima, literally rolls up onto the back wheel of the motorcycle. Police said the car and motorcycle skidded together for about 315 feet before they became dislodged and the motorcyclist hit the ground. Jackson said she swerved to avoid hitting the bike but ended up running him over. He died at the hospital. Now that you know exactly what happened in this whole situation, what do you think? Before we get into the courtroom, we're going to listen to a little bit of the bond hearing, right? And then we're going to listen to the sentencing. There's not too much raw footage of this whole court situation, but what I do have should be enough for you to get the point. Road rage ain't no joke, but what do you think is going to happen to this young lady? And you know, as I was listening to this story, hearing about the motorcyclist kicking the car and the girl going after him to try to get a plate, the plate number so she could call the cops or whatever, they said, one of the witnesses said that she couldn't press the brakes fast enough when the motorcyclist pressed the brakes, and she went up on the back wheel and dragged him about 300 feet before he was dislodged. Sounds to me like the motorcyclist probably brake checked her. You know, brake checked her a little bit, not thinking that she wasn't going to notice or not brake fast enough. Now, I don't know if that was the situation. I'm just saying. That's what it sounded like to me. And if it was, that was very stupid. Because, that's a common thing that cars do. When people are riding really close behind you, they'll brake check a little bit, get you up off them. But the only thing that's kind of persuading me to think that that wasn't the situation was he's in a motorcycle. I don't see people in a motorcycle brake checking a car. But first, let's enter into the bond hearing, ladies and gentlemen. Will she get a bond for this? Let's find out.
Jackson, Darla.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Deputy District Attorney Laura Evans on behalf of the people.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Stephen Klein on behalf of Darla Jackson is before the court in custody. For further reading, she has been advised for her constitutional rights. I did not have a chance yet to have her sign the acknowledgement.
We have not yet set bail. Does either counsel wish to be heard?
Yes, Your Honor. People are requesting the bail be set at $3 million. This court's primary consideration is public safety. The defendant in this case got into an altercation with another driver, continued to chase him, and per witness accounts, deliberately hit the back of his motorcycle, pushing him 300 feet and ultimately killing him. She endangered the life of herself, of other motorists, and ultimately killed the victim in this case. The people ask for this $3 million in order to ensure public safety, to protect the community, and guarantee that she will be present to answer for this charge.
First off, who's the people? Who's the people? That's saying $3 million is what the bond should be. It wasn't me, that's for sure. I would love to know who they consider is the people. Maybe y'all have an answer for that.
Resides here. Her brother, all three of her brothers are here. She graduated from high school here. She's not a flight risk. So I think
freaking out over there.
Is warranted, but I understand what the court's likely to do, and I will likely revisit the issue at some point once I've had a chance to actually review the discovery.
Ladies and gentlemen, do you think that anything along the lines of what she's doing, kind of shaking, looking pathetic right there, has anything to do with the judge's decision? I'm not saying she's acting. She might seriously be feeling the way she's looking, but judges don't care. They don't care, especially during bond hearings. They don't care about that shit. They go by structure. They go by paperwork.
Well, the charges are serious, and for purposes of arraignment, I have to take them as true. On the other hand, as you indicated, counsel, she doesn't have a criminal history other than the not having insurance charge that is a misdemeanor, if not an infraction.
All right, so they're bringing up a past insurance charge that she didn't pay insurance, a petty ass not paying insurance charge. Ladies and gentlemen, they will bring up every filthy thing you have done in your life in that courtroom. They will, especially in a high profile case, they will.
The court will be setting bail at $1 million. The court
$1 million bail.
will be protected.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, that concludes the arraignment on this case, and we will be...
All right, so that was her bond hearing, $1 million bond. It was a short clip, nothing too fancy, and the sentencing is short and sweet as well. Give you one more chance to let me know what you think she's going to get for this crime.
I'm going to commit you to the Department of Corrections, Ms. Jackson, for the middle term of 6 years for the reasons I've stated.
She had every opportunity to change her mind and not chase my brother across 2 freeways.
Pretty hard to understand why someone would get that angry. We still can't get our head around it, Your Honor.
You stab a firefighter in the shoulder, not kill him, just stab him, and you get 9 years in prison. But you run over a member of the military on a motorcycle, and you get 6 years. Justice to me was not served.
I got 5 years for stabbing people trying to jump me on my own property. Didn't even kill them. 5 blickums. Didn't have to do a whole thing with good time and all that, but still, I agree with the old man. He said justice was not served, and I strongly believe it. But you got to think of the situation at whole. Like I said, when people have anger issues, you never know what's going to happen. And what would you do if a biker came up to your car and kicked the side of your car, leaving a dent in it? What would you do? Would you chase that dude? Would you try to get his plates at all costs? Or would you just let it ride and call the insurance company? That's a huge and hard decision to make, especially when you're angry as hell. So let me know what you think, ladies and gentlemen. Do you agree with the old man that justice was not served, or do you feel as though 6 years in prison for this situation is a just amount? And like I said in the beginning of this video, go watch the episode where Brittany interviewed that young lady. I believe it's titled Road Rage something. Just type it in my channel. I'm sure it'll pop right up. But it's a very sad story. Dude just released from prison and ended up dying in a road rage incident. This stuff happens every single day, and I can honestly say this, that road rage is one thing that can escalate very, very quickly, man.